In a small town surrounded by hills and green fields lived a boy named Arjun. He wasn't the smartest student in class. He wasn't the fastest runner, nor the most confident speaker. But he had something most people didn't: a quiet desire to change his life. Every day, Arjun would look at his reflection in the mirror and say to himself, "Maybe one day I'll do something big." But that one day never came. He would plan to study, then get distracted by his phone. He would decide to wake up early but snooze his alarm again and again. He dreamed of success but lived every day trapped in the comfort of his habits. His father often told him, "Son, success doesn't come in one big step. It comes in many small ones." But Arjun didn't understand it. He kept waiting for the right time, the right plan, the right motivation, and life kept moving forward without him. One evening, while sitting near the town lake, he saw an old fisherman throwing his net into the water. The man sat there quietly for hours. Sometimes he caught fish, sometimes he didn't, but no matter what, he kept casting his net again and again. Curious, Arjun asked, "Don't you get tired, uncle? You've been sitting here for hours." The old man smiled and said, "Son, fishing is not about luck. It's about patience and consistency. If I stop after one throw, I'll go home hungry. But if I keep throwing my net every day, one day the lake will reward me." Those words hit Arjun like a wave. He realized his problem. He wanted big results without small efforts. He wanted success without discipline. That night, he decided to start small. The next morning, he woke up just 15 minutes earlier than usual. He didn't try to change everything at once. He just made one small rule for himself: "I'll do one thing each day that makes me better than yesterday." On the first day, he studied for 20 minutes without touching his phone. On the second day, he spent 10 minutes cleaning his messy room. On the third, he helped his mother with chores without being asked. They were small actions, tiny, but something strange began to happen. Arjun started to feel proud of himself. That small sense of progress became his fuel. Soon, he made a chart on his wall. Every day he completed a small task. He put a tick mark beside the date. One tick turned into 5, then 10, then 20. And the more he saw those marks grow, the more he wanted to keep going. Weeks passed. His concentration improved. He stopped wasting time scrolling on his phone. His grades began to rise slowly, not by miracles, but by consistency. One morning, his teacher called him and said, "Arjun, I've noticed a change in you." "What happened?" Arjun smiled and replied softly, "I just stopped waiting for motivation and started building habits." But life, as always, tests those who try to grow. A few months later, Arjun's father fell ill. He had to take care of him after school, run errands, and manage the house. It was exhausting. He could easily have stopped his habits, but he remembered the fisherman's words, "Keep throwing your net." So even on the hardest days, he read a single page, did a short workout, or revised one topic. Some days, that's all he could manage, but he didn't break the chain, and that made all the difference. After 3 months, his father recovered. When Arjun looked back at his wall, he saw it filled with tick marks, a silent record of his discipline. One day, his best friend Rohan visited and said, "Bro, how did you change so much? You're more focused than ever." Arjun laughed and replied, "I just started respecting small habits. They're like invisible seeds. You don't see them grow each day, but one morning, you'll wake up and realize you've built a forest." Those small habits didn't just improve his studies. They changed the way he lived. He began reading daily, exercising, learning new skills online. He didn't chase big goals anymore. He focused on small daily wins. Years passed. Arjun finished school with good marks, got into a college, and started working part-time. But no matter how busy life got, he kept one rule alive: do something today that your future self will thank you for. Eventually, those habits led him to start a small digital design studio from his hostel room. At first, it was nothing: one client, one project, one small earning. But he kept improving daily: one tutorial a day, one new design, one satisfied client. Within 2 years, that small studio turned into a growing business. People began to recognize his work online. He was invited to speak at a youth event, where students asked him, "What's your secret? How did you build such success?" Arjun smiled and said, "There's no secret, just start small. A big tree begins with a seed. A strong body begins with a single push-up. A sharp mind begins with 1 page a day. Small habits look weak at first, but they are stronger than any excuse." The crowd clapped, but one student asked Arjun, "What if I fail to follow my habit one day?" He replied, "Then start again the next day. Failure only wins when you stop trying. Consistency isn't about perfection, it's about persistence." Arjun's words spread everywhere. His story became a reminder that greatness isn't built in a day, it's built daily. Years later, when he looked back at his journey, he realized the truth. He didn't transform overnight. He transformed in small, invisible steps that no one noticed, but that changed everything. So, my friend, maybe you feel stuck like Arjun once did. Maybe you're waiting for motivation, the perfect moment, or a big breakthrough. But remember this, your life will not change in one day. It will change one day at a time. Start with one small habit, read for 10 minutes, write your goals, meditate, or simply make your bed. Because when you master the small, the big takes care of itself. And one day, you'll look back and realize those little steps weren't little at all. They were the foundation of the person you've become. That is the true power of small habits.